Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 26th episode of the 42 Podcast. And as always, we're coming to you live from the latest and greatest club at the restaurant at the end of the universe. And as is tradition, to my left is your great friend and mine, Mr. Ryan. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm salty today.
Why are you salty?
I can't help it. Just everybody knows.
Oh,
I don't know.
Why are we salty today?
I have no idea. You know how some days you're like cloud nine, and some days you're like, you know what? Let's just burn it all down.
Let's just see what happens if we do mix these two chemicals. And oh yeah, I have those days. You're just like, screw you, screw you, screw you. You're okay. I'm out of here.
Liked you, just so you know, ever. Yeah. That's me today.
We all have those days.
Yeah, well, today's those days.
Did you mess with your volume there, buddy?
Just now?
Oh, you just weren't talking in the mic. Okay. Talking in the mic.
Wow. It makes a difference.
Yes.
I apologize.
After the accident last week where your volume got turned down somehow in the middle.
Who, mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it wasn't that good of a podcast anyway. Fuck 'em.
I didn't mind it. It was all right.
Yeah.
So, this is the 26th episode. Where what?
Is that important?
I don't know. It's 26.
Is there a number that is it 20? Does 26 matter somehow significantly? we should have come up with like a Mighty Python bit. We're like, well, you see, it's like half of the and come up with some shit made it important.
It's 48. It's multiplied by 2. It's 48.
If we double it and we take 4 away specifically, we get 42. Hey.
Yeah, it's just a flip, right? Something I don't know. Oh man. So how are things going down in the Texas areas for you?
Oh man. If anybody doesn't believe in global warming, come hang out in Texas for a couple days. Gosh, damn it, is it hot? Like, I know it was this hot when I was a kid, but I'm just making it. It's hot. Like, I know they say it's only 97, like official temperatures.
That's like,
but you know, like the little temperature on your car or like underneath your porch. It's like 104, 105.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not real. And the wind is not moving at all. Like if you make dust, it just floats and settles. It doesn't go anywhere. It's just.
So that was the thing that was really hard about moving to Pittsburgh, is I got really, really used to the wind blowing all the time. And now it's stagnant. It kills me. It's
weird. Like the wind, it doesn't. And the humidity, 112%, 115%. I don't know. It's like you can't walk from Walmart to the front door, like from your car in the parking lot to the front door of Walmart where you've got air conditioning without sweat stains. Like you just start sweating. Like just sweat everywhere. Like your palm sweat. Whose palm sweat? What the fuck how hot does it have to be for your palms to sweat? If you hang out there long enough, your eyeballs start sweating. It's too fucking hot, man.
It is hot. It was legitimately warm here today. It wasn't hot, but it was, like 93, 95, which is the hottest day we've seen all year, but it was also a bad day to say, hey, let's mow the lawn.
Right.
Which
is probably what you did today, right?
Yeah. So like, I even got up early, right? Like 9:30, started, getting after it early, and
like an adult.
30 minutes in, and my entire shirt's just soaked. It's just completely soaked in sweat, and like face is sweating. And I've got bad allergies, so I use like a full-on respirator. So like, like Breaking Bad kind of shit. Like, so I must look really weird mowing the lawn because I got this giant, paint respirator really going on. But it keeps me from being sick, so I guess it's really all we can do.
I've heard they work extremely well.
They
I should turn that down.
They do. It's just it really cuts down your oxygen supply. So when you're out pushing a lawnmower, you're like like sucking in. It feels like you're in Colorado or something. There's no air anywhere. It's all warm because you're breathing through the respirator. Yeah, it takes a while to get used to.
I've never actually used one of those big ones like that, like a full. What do they call them? Hyperallergenic or
I don't know,
no?
just the respirators or
Okay.
aspirators, something or raters.
That thing.
That
Yeah, I've
thing.
never done anything more than like the those stupid masks that don't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
There's a back when I was working out at the gym up the street from here. There's a guy who there's a company that makes these masks that can simulate high altitude training, and so they keep cutting down your oxygen flow, so you can have it as at like 3,000 feet and all the way up to like 15,000 feet oxygen levels. Yeah, it's supposed to be the best way to work out if you can, not die.
I would die. That is not recommended. We do not recommend that as a show.
No,
Do not go asphyxiate yourself and work out. That seems kind of crazy, right?
It's really good for cardio, since
Sounds like it.
since if
Yeah.
you get your body used to working out with a lot less
Because it means
air,
it's
and
gonna
then you
die.
don't have it, and then you take it off, and your body's it's a legal form of blood doping, is what it is, because your body creates so many more red blood cells to carry the oxygen because it needs it because it doesn't think it has enough oxygen. And that's what a lot of like bikers do. And whenever you hear about like the Tour de France guys doping, almost all of it's blood doping of some kind.
Yeah, but that's where they're taking the blood out and doing stuff to it and putting it back in.
Right, or like
Would-
EPO creates red blood cells.
Which is ridiculous. Yeah, they have an issue that their blood gets thick if they don't use it. It coagulates like in their veins, so they have to like at like 3 o'clock in the morning they'll get up and go ride their bikes and get their heart pumping and get everything like loosened back up. Otherwise they'll have a heart attack and die.
Wow.
We should let them take drugs if they're willing to go through that much to ride a bike. It's like, who am I to stop you? You care way more about riding that bike than I have anything in my entire life. I've never done anything where I was willing to die over it if I didn't get up at 3. I'm not getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning and riding my goddamn bike. Or whatever I was into, you know what I mean? Like if there was some drug that made you 5% better at video games, but you had to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and play or you would die of like a stroke, I'm not taking it. I don't care that much about fucking video games.
Did you see the? I think it's a League of Legends league is going to start drug testing their athletes.
Adderall?
Yeah, for Adderall
Probably
and other.
Adderall, THC. Yeah.
No, weed's not part of it. It's just Adderall.
Oh, good, because they would lose everybody if they made weed part of it.
But yeah, after like one of the guys, they won some big tournament. We're like, yeah, we without Adderall we couldn't do it. So I would assume that a lot of those players are on something like that to give them the focus.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably Adderall. It seems to be
Probably Adderall.
probably the going thing right now. And they suck down fucking Red Bulls like it's Darjeeling or something, They're just, gosh damn, dude, they suck down Red Bulls.
Speaking of esports leagues, the Dota 2
This weekend is blowing up on esports.
Yes,
Anyway, go ahead.
but it's the international is starting this week, like the first qualifying rounds
Today or something.
today. Yeah, and
Well,
the
as of
and
this
the-
recording.
in the yes, as of this recording, and I was looking over the payouts, and the top 6 teams will take home over $1 million.
Oh, what's up?
First place is like 7.2.
What?
Yeah,
What? I'm gonna start playing Dota with you.
anytime you want to, man.
We're gonna.
Let's see if I can't find the actual
All right.
payouts.
You know what else is going on this weekend for esports?
What's that?
The CS:GO, the ESL league, the one that takes you to the major
Uh-huh.
leagues at the end. They're doing one of their qualifying international tournaments. Some of the biggest names in the game are, I think it's for America side, so not the most exciting because it goes, like Japanese, Europe, America, but whatever. Still some great CS:GO that's being commentated by professional commentators, which I think is awesome. I think that's what's really moving esports ahead, is having professional commentators.
Right, they can get technical. It's like listening to like a guy breaking down a play in football. It's the
Yes.
same kind of idea.
It makes you feel smart, like it's like I didn't put in 11,000 hours to understand why you throw a grenade here, This guy's just going to tell me why. And then I
Right.
feel like I'm like an expert in the game, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know what. Hey, watch out, he's gonna shoot. Oh, I knew that. I knew you were gonna die. The guy told me, but I knew. You know, it's just
Yeah.
kind of like this. Yeah.
All right,
Um,
so the prize pool, first place,
Oh yeah.
6.2 million for first. So that's 1 point something million per player.
It's after taxes. They're probably getting close to $1 million, maybe.
Ish, yeah. Second place is 2.7. Third
That's still
place,
excellent.
third
Second
place is
still-
2. Like
What?
it's actually a pretty gradual slope. Fourth
Third place is excellent, also.
Fourth place is 1.4. Fifth and sixth place are both 1.1. Seventh and eighth are 787,000. Ninth, 10th, 11th, and 12th are 209,000. Like, you have to come in 13th to make under 100K for the team. It's real money, man. Like, it's getting real money.
Let's see. That's really interesting because. Okay, let's see. Huh. Okay, so if you watch that Spike, you know what Spike TV? Or not Spike TV. Is it Spike? No, Vice on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah.
That
Uh-huh.
that modern day like news channel. They do the really cool, fun documentaries. They do like a. Did we talk about this last week?
No, we didn't.
Okay, so they do a documentary about esports and the rise and the popularity of esports.
Right.
And it was based off of last year's summer 2014 World Championship. And it's really awesome. I would recommend everybody go watch it. It's really fun and it's informative. But spoiler alert, I guess if you're going to go watch it now. Okay, if you're still listening, you don't give a fuck. Okay, so at the very end, at the World Championships, where were they? Like in it's either Korea or Japan, one or the other, and they're in like the World Cup stadium, and it's full of fucking people. I mean, full. It's that classic picture where half is blue and half is red, and all the fireworks and the bright lights are going off, and it looks like a. I don't know, like a Kiss concert or something. You know what I mean? Like that epic. That was last year. You want to know what the payout was for that for last year? You know what I want to know what first place got?
What's that?
You want to take a guess?
It's either something really high or really low.
It's low compared to
Like
what you just
100K?
described. No, it's $1 million.
Uh,
But compared to what you just described of like 6.4 million or whatever you said,
this
isn't
is
that insane?
It's one reason I think that Dota will eventually overtake League. It's because
If
the
League
money.
of Legends doesn't keep up with that, yeah.
And,
I mean, why would you play in a what?
well, go ahead.
I was just going to say, why would you play in a league that, it's the same. This league's softer, right? Like, if everybody's playing in League of Legends, you could go play in Dota and make. What is that? That's not a magnitude, but it's close to a magnitude more.
Oh wait,
right?
no, it's an order.
Wouldn't it have to be
No,
over the
it's not
same
an
level?
order of magnitude, but yeah, it's
Close. It's huge.
It's
a
huge.
huge
Yeah,
spike. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know.
The International is held at Key Arena in Seattle, which is where the Seattle Supersonics used to play
Uh-huh.
back before they moved to Oklahoma City and became the Thunder.
What is that, 80 grand? I mean, 80,000?
No, it's NBA, so it's probably not that bad. Probably about like 20,000, but still, it's sold out in 12 minutes. For all 5 days of it just sold out.
Is football arenas bigger than basketball?
Yes.
You want to know what they said that I was watching that documentary? You want to know something they said that I was just kind of totally blown away by?
What's that?
The World Championships were watched by more people than the NBA Finals.
Yes, that's pretty common at this point. Well, one
What?
game of the NBA Finals, not the whole entire but one game of the NBA Finals. But in
Oh, well,
general,
I guess, right.
one reason, especially sports leagues, they don't their championships don't pull in as much is for NBA and Major League Baseball and stuff. There's multiple games in the championship game. It's not like the Super Bowl where one game decides it all, So people
true.
kind of come in and out. But yeah, I don't even want to know. The International is going to pull in a lot. Probably a ton of people.
I was just blown away. I was like, oh wow, it's. And you know what's really crazy is that League of Legends is only 7 years old.
Dota as a game itself is like 4 or 5.
So a game that went from not existing to more popular than the NBA Finals, or a game in the NBA Finals, in 6 years or 7 years, that's
well, I mean,
ridiculous,
the original
right?
Dota game itself, the original mod's like 10 or 15 years old. And then League decided to mod it themselves and make a competitor for it. And then Valve bought Dota, or hired up. They hired Ice Frog, and they created Dota 2 so they could copyright everything. Because you can still go play the original Dota for free if you want to.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's a Warcraft 3 mod.
I didn't know that.
That's where all these games come from, like League.
I know
and
that it
On
makes
and-
sense.
It's just crazy how some of the biggest games in the world are mods.
Our mods.
Like CS:GO was a mod. You know, the original CS was a mod.
So what are the most popular video games right now? League of Legends is number one.
And that
CS:GO,
right?
and then Dota,
Correct.
and then you'll see Hearthstone,
Hearthstone, yeah, that's it.
and you see Minecraft. So Minecraft, Hearthstone, and Dota, they all kind of switch that third, fourth, fifth spot.
I was just thinking more competitive, but
Oh, that's true. Okay, if you think about that, like the ones that everybody plays.
competitive.
What is the games that aren't? Street Fighter's not a mod.
Street Fighter's
That's a
not a
competitive
mod.
game.
There's really no fighting games that are mods
That's true.
that I know of, anyway.
Yeah, we're talking out our ass. So Street Fighter was a mod from, Streets of Rage or something. Some guy hacked the Genesis. You're an idiot. This guy's a god. Okay, whoa, my bad. Hey, I can't.
Hey, internet! Whoa, internet!
Whoa.
Chill out. We stand corrected.
What are you drinking tonight, Jacob?
Oh,
Water?
Just plain old water. Yeah, just
Some vodka.
no. Ugh.
Vodka water? It's not
I
bad.
just gotta if I'm drinking vodka, man, I gotta mix that shit hard.
Yeah, that's why cranberry goes so good with it.
I can see that.
Yeah,
They all
it's
drink vodka
dry.
cranberries.
Yeah.
In How I Met Your Mother, there's this skit or whatever where this one girl, Barney's hitting on her and orders a vodka cranberry. She's like, "Oh, you remember I drink vodka cranberry?" He kind of turns to the bartender and goes, "They all drink vodka cranberries."
It's true,
It's true. It's true.
but they're easy to get fucked up on.
Oh, yeah.
Extremely powerful and easy to drink if you can handle cranberries.
Yeah. And a lot of
Because
people
whatever
can't.
that taste is
Yeah,
that
there's
dry, covers up vodka perfectly.
I remember when I was in college, this guy was talking about vodka. He's like, vodka's great because it mixes with everything, like anything on the menu from Sonic. It's like, that's so true. Like, put that shit in some slushies and you're good to go.
Yeah, right? That would work.
Yeah.
And almost anything. You could probably even put it like in a Dr. Pepper slushie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And get away
It'd be
with it, yeah.
fantastic.
Oh,
But if you get one of those, like, really strong, fruity...
leave it to the college kids. Leave it to the college kids.
Did I ever tell you about that bar in Missouri I went to that was a slushy bar?
No.
Like, you walk in, it was I think it was called Tropical Breeze. And you walk in, and just the entire back wall is nothing but slushy machines. And they're all alcoholic.
Like like a vending, like from a
Like-
gas station,
yeah.
like the zig,
Uh-huh.
zig, zig, zig.
Yeah, and they were cheap. They're 30,
What were they? What was the flavors? Like
like
pina
cho-
colada, like apple.
all sorts of crazy stuff. And you could
Like
mix
bubble
them if
gum.
you wanted to. But
Do you
they're-
think you could make alcoholic snow cones?
I don't see why not.
Could you use snow cone flavoring and a slushy machine? And
I mean, it's
how
hard.
do you get alcohol to freeze?
You don't. You cannot freeze alcohol.
Right. So what happened when they were trying to make the slushies? They were like real liquidy.
They weren't too bad. It's just everything else around the alcohol freezes. So the juices and everything else that freezes.
So they're not necessarily like terribly strong. It's just
they're you could get their big one was 32 ounces and it had between 9 and 11 shots in it, and it was $9.
$9.
It was super cheap, dude.
What was the alcohol? What were they doing? Vodka?
I
Or
think it was
rum?
just like vodka or rum, yeah. Like probably well too, because it's in so much sugar.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea though. Seems like a fun, like if you had it on the river, somewhere hot.
Yeah, I mean, I bet you if you were to go down to
Ooh.
like Galveston and just
Ooh, I got
open
an
one
idea.
up. What's that?
I got an idea. You build one of those like NASCAR trailers or like a food truck, but it's not a food truck, it's the slushy truck. It's the adult ice cream truck. Look, I'm bringing the party. And you just drive that shit down to where people are partying and you're giving them out,
That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, what's up? I just gave that to the internet. What's up? Nobody listens, it's okay.
See, now
All 20
now my brain's going tick 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 tick. Tick. How much would this cost? Because we could totally do it. It would cost us like 20 grand to get going. Wouldn't be a
I
big
think
deal.
there's an issue with selling liquor. You have to have a license to sell it at a certain location.
I could see that being an issue. I don't know.
Maybe not everywhere though. I
I
bet
don't-
Florida's crazy. I bet Florida lets you just sell it out of a fucking truck.
I don't know. I don't know enough about the liquor laws, but I mean something like that would go over great in a hot climate.
Yeah.
Especially during the summer. Just
Yeah, you pull that bitch up to like any beach, you pay the money at at like festivals.
yeah. Oh yeah.
You get you just get a vending spot just like anybody, but you just park it, have the truck be like super badass, you know what I mean? Like bagged and like make it cool so
have
people
like
notice it.
TVs and stuff, so
Right,
people want to
yeah.
hang around. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so people notice it and
Yeah, that's actually a great idea. We have to look into that. Maybe that's what we'll do when, in between our other stuff.
cheers.
go drive a booze
Hey,
truck.
We'll need to do something on the during the summer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or maybe the winter time. We can go hang out at, like the cool beaches with it.
Ooh, that'd be fun. Spring break, just drive it down to Florida.
We get to see so many titties.
Yes, you would.
That would be awesome.
Just spend like 3 weeks at Daytona and just help the partiers out.
Now that I'm a 30-year-old, 18-year-old titties are like young to me. I'm like, oh wow, you have like youth. I forgot what that was like.
Oh, to be young again.
Because I still feel young. I still feel like an 18, 19, 20-year-old. But then I see like a naked 18-year-old girl like in a porn or whatever, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's not me. That's not who I
me.
sleep with. That's not who I'm. That's not my crowd no more. That's crazy. I feel like the creepy old man sometimes. I'm like, whoa, this is weird. Now I'm watching MILF porn going, they're not MILFs. I know what. Damn it, I'm getting old.
I was talking to my wife, and I was just like, yeah, I realized that I've aged out of being cougar bait. Like, I'm too old for the cougars to want me, and that felt kind of weird.
Yeah, that's true for me too now.
Like, I was thinking about it. I was just like, I would have a hard time hitting on a 20-year-old. Like, I would, even though it's perfectly legal and okay, like, if push came to shove and I had to hit on a 20-year-old, I would have a hard time doing it because I would just feel a little skeezy.
They'd have to hit on me. Like if a 20-year-old, like if I was like a 21-year-old at a bar was, if like I'm at a 21 and up bar and she's like barely got in kind of 21 and she's hitting on me, I'll talk to her. Like, what's up? You're cute. You're young. You're fun. I know some stuff that you haven't experienced yet. Like I can pay taxes. Like I can, like I can make reservations at a hotel. Stuff like that they
I can
don't.
rent a
like,
car.
Things like that, right? Like that part will be fun to be like, oh, you're an old, like Superman, old man powers kind of will be fun to. But if she was 18, like if I go into a club and she's got the X's on her hands and she's hitting on me, even if she's legal, like I know the club's 18 and up, right? So it's like, it's legal. I can do it. But if she's got the X's on her hands and she's hitting on me, like, come on, like that, I'd be like,
Nope, just back away.
it would be awkward. It would be, she'd have to say the right things.
It was 12.
Like, I
when you
won't
were
tell
born.
nobody, let's do this quickly. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want your phone number. That's, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That would just be too much. So I think that's the line, right? The X. If they got the X's on their hand, we're gonna.
Yeah,
leave 'em
my Oh, I heard a rule about ages, and it was half your age plus 7 years. If they're within that range, so 22 would be the bottom of my range.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, pass. I'm so happy. There are times where I'm just super happy I'm not dating anymore. Because I saw this article. There's this college, right? That if you get drunk and hook up with a girl who's also drunk, they're charging the male with rape.
Yeah.
It's like, they're both drunk. I mean, it's completely wrong to, like, if she's drunk and you're not, that's not okay. But if you're both shit-faced, you know, who could, like, she's raping him too because he can't give consent.
So the best argument that I've heard for this is if she got in a car and she killed somebody, would she be held responsible, or would the person walking on the road that she killed? She would.
Yes.
So she's still held responsible for if she decides to have sex with somebody. She can't be held responsible here and then not be in control enough to be responsible here. She's responsible enough to not get behind the wheel of a car. She's responsible enough to not take her panties off and spread her legs. You know what I mean? Yeah. And if it's done any other way, then it's forcible rape, and you obviously have a reason to talk about it. But you can't, fuck a dude and then, he can't get it up, or it's not any good, or your friends think it was like, oh, I can't believe you did it with him, and then claim rape. You're an evil cunt. Anybody who does that. That's how I feel. Fuck them. Instead of salty bitches. That shit does make me mad because people talk about it so much, and I'm like, this is obviously bullshit. Like, whatever. She's obviously responsible for her actions. She's obviously in control of what's going on. But I've heard some feminists on Tumblr saying that if any vaginal intercourse is rape, it's like, well, I can't win. That thing was designed for what it is. Like, it does what it does really, really, really well.
It's very true.
And a lot of girls like it. Like, what's wrong with liking sex? I think a lot of these people who complain about it are just people who aren't getting laid.
It would help them out, right?
You just need to get some dick. That's what it is. All you feminists out there, y'all just need to get laid. And I don't mean just like some like, oh, listen to my feelings kind of, making love. No, I mean you need to get fucked, like laid. Anyway, put that on Tumblr. Put that on there. Let's make that shit go viral.
And that's how Ryan got taken off the internet.
Yeah, that's funny.
Well, you got any recommends for us?
What was I thinking about earlier? It was a TV show on Netflix that I thought everybody should watch. Did we talk about Inuyasha last week, right?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, damn it. No, I failed this week. I didn't come up with anything too great.
I found a new game that I've really been enjoying, and I think it's a mobile game. And it's called Lifeline. And what it is you're... Ooh, my phone volume's on. It's like it's like a text-based game. So you're communicating with this guy via like comlink. His spaceship crashed, and you're trying to help him stay alive. And it's built up to where you'll send some responses back and forth, and then he won't. Part of the game is he won't talk to you for a couple of hours, or like a day, and then all of a sudden you'll get this like alert that you have a message from this guy, and yeah, it's really interesting. And I found like 3 or 4 pretty separate forks in the story you can take, and I still haven't been able to keep the guy alive yet. He dies in like 2 days, but it's really fun, and it's like $1. It's like $1, $2. So
what does he do? He asks you like, should I go down the hallway or should I open the treasure chest?
That, or do you think I should go here? Should I stay in the ship? Yeah, and this is just what it looks like. It's just text, but it's really well written.
Really, just text based.
It's really well written. Really enjoy it. Like I said. Lifeline, right?
You said that.
And it's pretty cheap. I think it's like $2, so you don't have to deal with ads. You don't have to deal with micropayments. Nothing.
I will not play a game with micropayments.
Yeah, it sucks.
It does suck. It ruins all video games, it seems like. I don't know. I thought we were gonna have like this mobile gaming revolution coming. You know what I mean? We were gonna have like, I don't know, the greatest, the most amount of people playing the best video games we've ever created. I thought was gonna happen on mobile, but it turns out not to be. It turns out to be all these really shitty made, like microtransaction whore games, right? Like,
Yeah,
the most popular mobile game ever is Candy Crush. Are you kidding me? Really? That's the best you can do? How many people own an Apple product? You're telling me you can't put a video game together where all of them get to interact?
Oof. That would be tough.
Well, yeah, but
I
you
mean,
know what
just servers.
Not everyone, but servers, right? Yeah. I guess Clash of Clans kind of does it.
Kind of.
Have you played that?
No.
No, me neither. I've seen a lot of people playing it, though. People I wouldn't expect to be playing it. You think that's just an example of, what's it called? Like marketing?
Maybe, but if it's fun, it's fun. You know?
That's true. It could just pass on word of mouth.
To answer your question, there are 800 million iOS devices.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many Android?
Let's see.
Does it say?
I'm looking.
I mean, the internet probably knows, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's out
I wonder
there.
how much. What?
It's out there somewhere. I just gotta find it. What are you saying? You wonder how much what?
I wonder how much League of Legends is paying out this year.
It looks like there's a billion devices. There's a billion Android.
There's more Android than.
Yeah, that's not shocking though, because so many people make Android devices. You got HTC, you got Motorola, you have Google, you have LG, Nokia, other people who just make really crappy tablets. Have you ever seen those
That's true.
$80 Android tablets that are terrible?
That is true. That is true. Yeah, all 800 million iOS devices are good.
Yeah. God, could you imagine if you could get like half those people playing one game at one time? Could you imagine like the server space you would need?
No. No, because how many people play World of Warcraft? Like 10 million?
10 million, yeah.
And that's one of the most successful video games, like, ever?
Ever, yeah.
Wow. So what were we talking about? 400 million?
Yeah.
Golly. Yeah, no, I couldn't imagine. How much money is that worth?
If you could do it. Okay, so since we care to take a guess on the server cost per day for WoW?
There's 10 million people. They gotta protect against everything. I have no idea. So, $1 million.
Yeah, $136,000 per day.
That's it?
Per day.
That's like, yeah, right. Well, I mean, but you would think they would have like this giant warehouse full of servers. I guess $136,000 is a lot, though, right?
Right, but
We shouldn't lose track of how much.
that's just to maintain. That's not like new servers. That's just how much it costs to run the damn things.
Is that including like the electricity and like the manpower?
Yeah. So the server side of WoW consists of 20,000 computers, 1.3 petabytes of storage,
Wow.
75,000 CPUs, 5.5 million lines of code, and 2 million words of text.
How much money do they make a day, you think? Is that an achievable answer?
Let's
Because
look.
I mean, if they're spending 136,000, they're making more than that,
Oh, yeah.
which is crazy to think about. Like the numbers and every day to spend 136 grand a day for I guess what 365 days a year.
Yeah, 365. Let's see.
Wow.
293.
How much is that? Is that like 30 million, or am I doing it wrong?
They're doing 800K a day in revenue.
Wow.
Crazy, right?
Wow.
Ooh, wow. World of Warcraft has been dropping off pretty hard.
Yeah. Uh huh. I mean, it's been the same game for how long?
Yeah, I guess people are tired of it, huh?
Right, like how long can you play the same game?
And
The fact that it's survived this long is unbelievable.
apparently it's gotten
Eh,
a lot easier.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. That's been happening since the beginning, though. Like the first original vanilla World of Warcraft was almost unplayable. Like to see a level 60 was an unfathomable thing. And now when you play the game, you can just buy a level 90. Like as soon as you buy the game, you can just pay an extra $9 and have a level 90.
What's the point in that? Like, there's no. I don't know.
Because 0 to 100 is a very long ways, and a lot of people don't want to do it. They don't have time for it. We live in a society of Facebook and Twitter, and people don't have time to grind. You know, it's not the 90s anymore.
And people, we can play, super addictive games on our cell phones.
Right, or you can play League of Legends, where your character's as badass as he can be, or Dota, he's like a super badass at like what, the 36-minute mark or 37 minutes. You know, you
Depends on
expect
how
to,
you're doing.
right, you expect to have a badass like weapon of some sort. You know, kind of be on your way.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't know why they do it that way. I think it sucks. I mean,
I guess
what
everyone's
was cool
switching
about
to
World of
Eve.
Warcraft was the legendariness of it. Like
Right. Hmm.
when you did see a level 60 and he had like badass gear, you were like, oh, that's awesome, because that's impossible to do. And he did it, you know, like there was, but now everybody's epic. Everybody's geared the fuck out, awesome, in the coolest costumes. You know, I remember a time in World of Warcraft where level 60s would look like they'd still be wearing leather. It looked like just cheap leather armor or mail or whatever. None of them had like the badass epic stuff unless they were the most, those 80-hour-a-week players,
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know why they do that.
Yeah, like I said, I guess all the really hardcore people have gone to Eve.
Eve is insane.
It is crazy balls.
That game's ridiculous.
I tried to play it. I couldn't get into it.
I couldn't. I didn't even want to try to understand. I just watched some of the like I watched some like Twitch, and these dudes are yelling at each other. You fucking whatever, fuck you, man. And he's like, hey man, you came into the wrong spot. He's like, fuck you, I was just I'm like, man, they're saying words I don't understand, and they're yelling about numbers, like just like these little, I'm like, it's dots. Like what? Why are? Who's dying? How do you know you're dying? Like.
One of my friends started playing Eve once. So I was like, hey man, why don't I just get you a coffee grinder? It's the same experience. Yeah, it's just battle. It's battle spreadsheets. Is all it is.
Battle spreadsheets.
Those
yeah.
people get crazy, man. Crazy.
Have you seen some of the like? Have you ever gone on Reddit and looked at like some of the flame wars they have,
Never.
and then some of the like fan fiction? So it's like a popular enough thing that like people do like reporting, and they'll write like full articles like they're part of that universe, right?
That's cool.
Like the intergalactic news reporting today, blah 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 battle happened in whatever sector, and they'll have like screenshots of the battle, and they'll explain like so and so has been mad at ho and ho for for so long since they've been betrayed 2 years ago by the what's a clan and joined the whatever clan and the this clan, and then so this has been happening. They explain the whole soap opera, and then they explain like the battle, and you're like, yeah, and like $4 million of real world money got destroyed in this battle, because
Uh-huh.
superstar destroyer equivalent like spaceships were showing up undermanned, and just that world is insane. I bet they're gonna love it when virtual reality kicks in and they can actually walk around and fly their spaceships.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see
I
a
might even play
whole.
it.
You're gonna see a whole new wave of people. Also drink,
Yeah.
but you're gonna see a whole
Yeah.
new wave of people who can start like. Because could you imagine like if you had got all your friends together, and you had your own ship, so you
Just
got
a ship, and
Right.
everybody has their positions.
Mhm.
Ah, it would be like real life Star Trek. What's up?
you know
We're gonna boldly go where everybody else has gone before.
I'll be in the top turret of the Falcon. You'll be in the bottom turret. And we'll have someone flying, and y'all communicating and talking.
We'll have the youngest fly because they just apparently are better at that shit than we are. You still have, all of your testosterone. Quick, get in the cockpit.
Or you know what else would be really cool is if you did like a submarine game like that. You got
No.
like your navigation guy.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
no.
No.
Because you can't see. No, I'm not. I'm not getting in the submarine. Fuck you. Not even a simulated submarine. Man. Have you ever like watched the videos of what it's really like in those, like Navy submarines? The real ones that go down.
Uh-huh.
It's like 4 foot tall, like at the tallest spot ever. I don't think anybody ever gets to stand up completely ever. It's so small, and it looks like everything you might touch or fall into is just gonna destroy the ship. Like everything's painted red with an X. Don't touch. It's like this vow. It's like that'd be easy to accidentally touch. I don't. Why is there a handle there? That doesn't even make sense. Fuck that. You remember Sega Genesis, right? Like you were a Genesis guy.
I love Genesis. Yeah.
Did you play the submarine game that was like nearly impossible to play? Like U-Boat 42 or whatever it was called?
No, I never played that one.
Yeah, that game was hard. I played that one. The controls were just impossible, and that was one of the failings of Sega Genesis, is they would let almost any game get released. Where Nintendo would be like, this game sucks. You can't release this game on our system.
But that's what ended up making the PlayStation work.
Yes,
Is they allowed sort of the Wild West to happen, and that's the thing about Nintendo games, is they were almost always good, and they were always playable. There was never, a game-breaking bug that would just 13 hours in, just poof, over.
Right. That never happened. That was not going to happen on a Nintendo game.
Or in like Sega, you had the weird stuff like having to soft reset the machine, like in the Okay, there was an X-Men platformer that was fantastic, and you had to beat the game. You had to tap the reset button, but not so hard it would reset the system.
Like just cause like a voltage drop, but not like a complete sever.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Like
Okay.
I could never I had to read how to do it because they were like, okay, now you have to reset the system. Like at the very end, and you're like, you have to reset the system. And I couldn't figure it. Like
It would just reset, and you're like, no.
that's why if you ever look at any especially Genesis emulators, there's almost all. I think in every one of them there's a soft reset command.
That's weird.
The game was awesome though. It's one of my all-time favorite X-Men games and platformers in general.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
X-Men what?
Was it just X-Men?
Maybe. That was back in the day when you could just call something X-Men or Star Fox, and it didn't have to have anything else behind it. It was just the first.
Yeah, this is what it looked like.
Oh wow, that's so old school. It looks like it almost looks like a Sonic level, but instead you've got X-Men characters.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like Nighthawk fighting a one of those Iron Man dudes.
Did you ever play the X-Men arcade game?
Yeah, it was hard.
Yeah, you can get that for Xbox and play with people online. It's super fun.
Oh wow! Can we get that on Steam? Me and you should play that on Steam.
I don't know.
What would we put? Just X-Men?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm looking at it.
Oh, we were talking about what were we talking about earlier? We were talking about esports weekends.
Okay.
You know what else is happening this weekend? It'll be too late once everybody hears this podcast, but
What's that?
Games Done Quick. Awesome Games Done Quick.
Oh, I saw something about it on Twitter. Yeah,
Yep.
the summer games done quick one is coming out.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I watched some of it. They're really good now.
They're really good.
Yeah, they've been doing it for enough years that it's become a big deal. What would it be called?
I guess just X-Men.
Yeah, I don't see it on here. Oh well. We need to get some Dota in, dude.
Yeah. Maybe weekend after next we could actually get some time and do it.
Sure.
Teach you how to play a bit. And BT dubs, everyone out there. There's a really good Humble Bundle going on right now.
Oh yeah, what's up?
There's Outland, Mercenary Kings. You can get the Stanley Parable for $5.
Is that good?
Oh, Stanley Parable is awesome. It's
Is
so
that
much.
the psycho, like the mental, like make you think you're going crazy game?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
You're like, yeah, this really weird narrator in your ear, and it's completely open world. And so, like, at one point, I just went and stood in the closet for 5 minutes. And narrator gets really impatient with you if you keep staying in. And then you have
Does
this,
he?
yeah. And then you have this other voice that comes in trying to like tell you the other narrator who's trying to control your actions is wrong. And I think they're both trying to,
What?
yeah, they're both trying to kill you. It's
What?
it's a very spoiler warning. Spoiler warning. It's a very sort of a Gladys type thing where they're
Interesting.
yeah, it's a lot of fun and totally worth the $5.
Really? Okay,
Mm.
cool. I've seen it. I just didn't know if it was any good.
Oh yeah, and
It looked weird.
Humble Bundle's awesome. You know, they raise money for good people.
Yeah, they do that thing where you can pay what you want stuff sometimes.
Well, they
Let you
all
download games for free.
they all have a pay what you want section, but then they have multiple tiers. Like if you pay this much,
Yeah.
mhm.
Sometimes $20 will get you like every civilization and download ever. Every DLC and every civilization. Sometimes you get some like hella deals.
The last bundle I really wanted to pick up, but they were giving away for $20. It was like $3,000 worth of game engines and other game design things.
Wow.
I was like, if I really just had the time, like most problems in life, I only have so much time. But I really thought about it. There's like 3 or 4 times where you just like go to the page and hover over it. No, okay, better not.
Especially for somebody like you that likes to collect digital things.
I do. I'm trying to
They're
get
like,
better.
oh, I could have just added this to my collection.
I'm trying to be better about it. I really am.
There was a time when you had like a CD case full of programs that you had, acquired. Who knows how? You're like, this one's worth like $4,000. I'm like, do you ever use it? And you're like, no, never even put it on my computer. I just have it. It's like, what?
Yeah.
You're like,
I'm
I might
bad.
use it someday though.
I'm so bad about stuff. I'm such a collector. It's terrible. It's one of my great flaws in life.
Yeah.
But at
Everybody
least-
drink.
With at least with Dota, like I've played it, been playing it long enough, and I understand that it's taken over my gaming life for the most part. So I really
Right.
don't buy as many games as I used to because I'll go to buy it and be like, you're just gonna end up playing
I'll
Dota.
just play Dota. How's your Dota collection going though? Have you bought a bunch of skins and cool shit for it?
A fair amount. I've collected a bunch. I got the compendium, which is what they were using to fuel the international prize pool. And I got a lot of stuff out of that. Some rare and mythical items and stuff.
Oh, really?
Really,
That's cool.
yeah. I'm looking forward
What
to
was
it.
it like? You were opening treasure chests. You didn't quite know what you were gonna get.
Yeah, like they have like rare, ultra rare, and like super mega uber duper 1 in 500 rare. They had this one courier I really wanted, but I couldn't get him. I wasn't gonna.
What was it?
There's this character in the game called Faceless Void. He's purple.
Faceless Void.
Yeah,
Sounds cool.
and they had a T-Rex version of him as a courier.
Really?
Yeah. Let's see if I can't.
That sounds awesome. Are there rare skins that only are out for a certain time, and if you don't get them, you won't ever be able to get them?
Unless someone is selling it on the market, because they have an open market, so you can put up pretty much everything on the market. There's some people who make 6 figures making skins because you can, as long as you meet the criteria, you can anyone can create a skin and put it up on the market.
I don't know if I like that. Do you like that? Does it turn out to be good?
Yeah, because they do have to meet quality standards. So it's not like you can just put anything out there. And
Oh, it's not
Steam-
just a T-Rex. It's like an alien T-Rex, like a hammerhead T-Rex with a wand. He's like casting shields and shit and dancing.
Mhm.
Does he even have wings?
Yeah, he's got wings in one of them. Because in Dota, your courier starts as like on the ground, and then you can upgrade him to be flying. So
Oh,
they
I see.
go
I see. I see.
faster and can fly over the trees and stuff. So what?
The animations are cool too.
Mm-hmm. That's what's crazy about Dota, man. It's very detailed. So when you played WoW, what'd you play? Like, were you like healer, support, tank?
Uh, um, I was a DPS,
Okay.
so somebody else tanked, somebody else healed, I killed. Tried to, avoid aggro. And my main character, the one that I put a lot of effort into, which the reason I didn't play the game as long as most people did is because I think I invested all my time and energy into the wrong character. But I made a mage. So I was casting frost bolts or fire bolts or, whatever, fire or ice or shadow. I was a mage. I should have been a rogue.
Okay.
Should have been a rogue.
Just
I
trying
like
to
being
think.
able to disappear. Like to be able to disappear, sneak up, and like I want to be like a character that ganks and that needs to be at the right place at the right time. That's my kind of style of play.
Well, I can teach you to play
Is there
Ricky.
anything- Or something, or something that takes advantages of being real fast. I run in, and then it dies, and then I run back out before anybody else. You know what I mean? Like a semi-glass cannon, like highly maneuverable glass cannon kind of character.
Yeah,
That use,
it's actually one of the characters I play. His name is Bloodseeker. He's very much like that.
yeah, something like that.
But there's also one guy, his name is Ricky, who he's an assassin, and one of his abilities is to be invisible all the time.
Yeah, something like that. So that it just allow people don't underestimate being in the right place at the right time. Like I'm here right now, right where you didn't expect me to be, and I can do something that you weren't expecting. They get right out of the way, out of a battle where they're like, oh, I can relax, and they go to do something. And it's like, you're dead, and then you run off.
And you're dead.
It's a good feeling. That's my favorite kind of feeling. But in World of Warcraft, what I actually played the most was a twink, which isn't a gay term in World of Warcraft. It means that you tweak the character all the way to the max at a lower level than max level. So in World of Warcraft, it used to be set up where you 10 through 19 would be in a battleground bracket, and then 20 through 29 would be in another battleground bracket, right?
Right.
So you could see where the 19s would be the most powerful in the bracket. So you try to make a level 19 as powerful as you possibly can. So you glitch the game out by doing quests, by having like higher level characters, teleport you or take you to other places where you shouldn't be able to go. So the game designers never thought you could get a level 19 here. So they didn't put a level restriction on the quest. So when you get the quest item, you've acquired the quest item, it's your quest item, you get to put it on. So you get to put on like level 35 boots in a certain situation. You can put on like a level like 90 amulet in certain situations. You could just do different things, right? I built a level 19 that could beat level 40 warlocks and warriors. A level 19. When I had a trinket, so my static dodge was 62.7%.
Okay.
And I had a trinket that added 50% dodge, or I had a spell, like a spell that gave you 20% that added 50%. So it went to 116, 0.7% or whatever that is.
Right.
So any melee, I was just completely invulnerable to melee. Nothing could hit me. So I could even go up against like level 70 hunters, and they could have a trap that like released like, honestly, it was probably like 30 snakes, and they all did like 5 or 6 points of damage over time, but really fast, and you'd have like 30 of them doing it to you. And my guy would just be like, "Durr." It would just be dodge. You know how it like tells you what your character's doing? It just be dodge, because none of the snakes could hit me. It was fun.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll play some Dota with you though. We'll get in there.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing is we could do a bot match. Show you the ropes. While I practice some new characters.
Be fun.
It'll be fun. And you'll get sucked in and have no life anymore because all you want to do is play Dota. Life is a relative term. Come on.
Yeah. It'd be fun to actually find a new video game to get into. I've lived so long and I've played so many video games that I feel like I've played all the ones that really are going to appeal to me, that I really feel like are hyper excellent.
Yeah, the
And
really, really good ones.
yeah, and I'm just like, it's so much work to find the other ones.
It can be. Actually, my wife picked up the Fable remastered today, and she's been playing that. And
Is that any good?
oh yeah, I mean, it's not really my kind of game. It's very open world RPG kind of thing.
The thing that was weird about uh, Fable is it was so short. Like it was intended on you to play it like all the different paths. So like beat the game, then go back and play it the evil guy way, and then go back and play it the fat guy way, and go back and play it the skinny guy way. But that was the first game that ever did that, and the game didn't kind of. It was a new concept. I'd never experienced that concept before, that you would play a game that having such an open world, different experience to the end, you could a whole bunch of different ways to achieve the end. I've never played a game that way, right? So I didn't know what to expect. So when I played it, I was like, this game sucks. It was too short. I didn't like it. Like, no, it was intended to be played 30
It's also
times.
like an original Xbox game. I think it's old school.
It is.
Like the first one is real old school.
Yeah, but I'd also played Zelda, like Majora's Mask. I expected games to take, at least a week to beat and
Right.
be difficult.
I'm trying to think of
But I felt like you could beat that one in an afternoon.
And when I was in college, like when that game came out, there was someone playing that game 24/7 on my floor.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was huge for a while. It was crazy, crazy.
That's weird. I know it's been extremely popular though. Like it's been one of those games that's just, got legendary status. That's why it has so many different like variations.
Mm-hmm.
Is she enjoying it?
Oh yeah, she loves it. She was gonna play through the BioShocks again, but for whatever reason, BioShock 1 is just bugging out on her computer, so I'm gonna sit down and figure it out. I don't know. There's probably something with the graphics card or the sound card or some BS.
I'm trying to remember what the issue is with BioShock 1. I don't remember. I had to do something on mine to fix it. But I remember it not being that difficult.
Something I hated is because I picked up BioShock pretty early after it came out, but I could not get it to play because this is back when I had a Vista machine. It would not play on the Vista machine at all.
Yeah.
I spent hours and hours and hours and hours. Then
I built a new computer to be able to play it.
such a good game. I know we've talked about it before, but God, that's a great game. Great set
That's
of
a great game.
games.
It's a great game. The second one, not so much. I didn't really enjoy the second one.
The second one felt like the studio was like, "Hey, man, you got to make this one. You just have to."
And you were too overpowered, and the story was too linear and too predictable. But the third one, gosh damn, what a game. And it was one of those games, it's like, how can you make a game this beautiful and my computer can handle it? Like, it seems like a potato could run that game on 1080p. You know what I mean? Like, that game could run on almost any computer, just gorgeous. It was just such a beautiful game.
Did you play the expansions?
No.
Yeah, there's 2 expansions for Infinite.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Are they any good?
Yeah, and it ties all of them together.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, Kelly played through those here like a month or so ago. Yeah, and it brings everything full circle and explains how everything happened and all the intricacies of the world. I won't spoil it for you if you want to play it, but
I should. I
it's like,
enjoyed Infinite, and if it's the same kind of engine and graphics and stuff.
oh,
so.
it's the same team, same everything. It's one of them is maybe it's both Burial at Sea.
Right, I think I have.
Burial at Sea. Yeah, there's 2 episodes in it.
I just forgot about them.
Yeah, they're really cool. They're really interesting, so I'd recommend it. Recommends. They can come from other people, but that isn't Ryan. What up?
What?
Oh man, I can both tell we're just like, oh god, tomorrow's Monday. Like,
I
I have
know.
that. It's like I have that feeling right now. It's like, oh god, it's Monday tomorrow.
Uh, and I have not been enjoying work lately, dude.
I've been right there with you.
It's just like, man, I do it, but I'm getting to the point where I feel like a total failure compared to what my 19-year-old, 18-year-old self saw myself at 30 being like.
Please, dude. We had no idea what we thought we were gonna be at 19.
Yeah, but we at least thought we were going to be more successful than we are.
That's true.
I
That's
thought I would
true.
have nicer furniture than I do. I thought I'd be able to afford it. I thought I'd be. I don't know what I really thought. I didn't have like a specific plan, but I know this isn't it. How about that? All right. That's what I'm getting at. And
And,
that just drains on you.
yeah, there's another sign that I'm getting old. So we have concert tickets this week, and it's like Tuesday night. And part of me really wants to go see this show, and the other part of me is like, how about we just sell them and stay at home? It's so bad.
Which is saying something for you.
Which is saying something for me, because I mean, I don't know how many people know this, but I used to produce concerts for a living. I've put
Yeah,
up
he's
over
a
100
hardcore
concerts.
concert, dude.
We're gonna go see Hosier, the guy who sings like "Take Me to Church" and
Take me to church.
yeah, that guy, and Angel, the Small Death, and the Codeine Scene. It's his
Oh.
other big one. So yeah, and then I gotta go to the dentist on Wednesday, which is never good.
No!
There are very few things I hate in this world more than going to the dentist.
Just get drunk enough that it won't be so bad when you go. Like the next day.
And then let's see, then Friday we're going to Gen Con. It's gonna be a busy week, and we're
Wow, that is going to be busy.
gonna I'm gonna be driving to Indy and just trying not to fall asleep.
Are we skipping next week or are we doing it?
I'll let you know. I think there's a really good chance we'll skip it because I don't know when I'm getting back from Indy, and I don't know what all is gonna, you know.
All right, just letting the people know that we may not be here next week. If we are, we are.
If
Not
we
we're not.
are, we are. Odds are we probably won't be. It probably wouldn't be too bad to have a small break anyway. Just kind of refresh and regroup. Get
Right.
some shit done, yo. And that
We do
reminds
need
me,
to
I
take care
gotta.
of some shit.
Yeah. It'd be nice to have a free Sunday night.
Right.
Oh man. But yeah, that's my week, and I'm just like, oh god, oh god.
Like we were talking about it being so hot down here. I've
Uh-huh.
been doing because I do security stuff.
Right.
I don't know why, but they build the most shit during the summer. So I've got to go run the wire before they put the sheetrock up. And if the sheetrock's not up, that means the air conditioning's not in. Can you imagine how hot some of these buildings I've been in are?
You just been losing
Why
weight.
couldn't you have
'Cause-
done this 6 months ago?
You just been losing weight because you've been sweating so much.
Yes, I have been. I'm one of those people, like when nobody's like on the third floor, like if I'm up on the third floor when it's just, 1 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm sweating balls, I just take my shirt off. I know it's unprofessional, but I'm just like, oh, fuck it. It's so hot,
I don't think they'll mind.
It's miserable, dude. It's so hot. That's what I'm dreading for next week. It's like, oh, don't make me run wires. I don't want to do it no more.
I'm so
I'm
tired.
old. I'm so tired. There's no 16-year-olds that want to do this. It's summer, goddammit. Don't they need a job? But you're not going to find any kids that want to do this job. Nobody needs money that bad.
Yeah. And plus, man, they have their iPhones. They don't need a job.
I hear you. I want to be young again, man. You know that song, Everybody's Free, where the guy's
Uh-huh.
just giving out advice or whatever, and he talks about the youth, and then he's like, "Oh, never mind. You won't know what you had until it was gone." And you look back and you realize that you were, way prettier than you thought you were, and more potential laid ahead of you than you could possibly imagine. It's like I think I've already crossed that hill where I'm looking back, going, "Oh yeah, he was right. I
See-
should have done a lot of things before I got people pregnant and got married and."
See,
Ugh.
see, part of me is that way. Like, where I look back and go, oh, young Jacob, you were really stupid.
Yeah.
You wasted so much time here and here and here and here. Part of me is just, but part of me still at least tries to convince myself that there's still that great potential ahead of us. And
Yeah, there is that. I mean, I agree, but dude, I have like half the energy the 20-year-old version of me had.
yeah, but we have the smarts. And you know what they say? Old age and trickery beats youth and exuberance every time.
You just made that up.
No, I did
Yeah.
not.
Google it. I'm just playing. It just sounded like you made it up. So what interesting things happened this week in news? Did we miss anything that we haven't talked about? Any mass shootings or bombings or...
There's that shooting in that
Crazy
theater
place.
shooting in Louisiana.
A theater?
Yeah, like 2 people died.
What movie?
I don't know.
Really?
It's old age and treachery will always beat youth and exuberance. That's the quote.
Okay.
I was close.
Yeah, you were actually. You were. I'll give it to you.
I read this interesting article this week about how Bitcoin is becoming the new non-sequential bills for like mobsters and ransoms. It's like if you're a bad guy, you're getting paid in Bitcoin. You're not, dropping money with untraceable, numbers on them. It's all Bitcoin now.
Which doesn't bode well for Bitcoin.
No, it doesn't. But I mean, it's money, right? I mean, if it
Money's
wasn't
money.
Bitcoin, it'd be something else. If it wasn't Bitcoin, it'd still be the dollar or
True.
some other fucking, currency or something.
Yeah, the euro or whatever they were doing in.
Oh, don't die on me, buddy.
Oh my god! Somebody hit me with a sneezing potion spell. I'm almost finished Harry Potter.
Oh,
I
yeah?
talk about it for the last few weeks. I've been talking about it, so I just thought I'd keep everybody up.
So where are you?
Okay, so major spoiler alert. If you haven't, spoiler alert, I'm going to tell everybody where I'm at. So, and I'm very close to the end, so spoiler alert. All right, he just killed Voldemort.
Oh, wow. You are like at the end then, huh?
Yeah, he just killed Voldemort.
So what do you think? You basically read the franchise.
The fucking epilogue, if like the ending, if she doesn't tie it up well and tell me what happens to him in 20 years, I'm going to be really disappointed I wasted that much goddamn time with that book. Like, I feel like I need another like 2 or 3 chapters on the Deadly Hallows and what happens. And so many people I cared about died. Have you seen the movies?
Yeah.
So you at least know who all dies.
Right.
Hagrid doesn't die?
Not that I remember.
I thought Hagrid died.
Maybe he does, but not that I remember.
He hasn't died yet, and Voldemort's dead, so I don't know how he's gonna die. Unless the giants kill him and she's just cruel and kills off one more favorite person. But she kills off the twin for no goddamn reason. I hated that shit.
Yeah.
She killed off Dobby.
It's
I kind of actually cried a little. I was like, damn it, man. I liked Dobby because he was the only one who was in it. Never broke faith. He was faithful all the way to the end. He's the only person who never broke faith. I liked Dobby, man.
Yeah, I did too.
And then Tonks and Lupin die. Both of them die? You fucking kidding me? Both? They just had a kid.
I feel like at one point, like her and George R. Martin were like, "Hey, who you want to kill off now?" They were like taking turns telling each other they were gonna kill off.
I hated that part, and I felt like some of those didn't all need to die to like punctuate the the emotion of the situations. But I did like how it was really fun how she kept revealing storyline. Where you're like, oh, Snape was a bad guy, and then you're like, oh no, Snape's a good guy. And you're like, see, I knew it. He is a bad guy. He kills Dumbledore, and now he's running. He's a total death. And then at the very end, he dies, and he gives Harry the dreams, not dreams, but like memories. And you're like, oh, he was a good guy at the very end. She's so good at this. That kind of her writing style, where something in like the second book comes to fruition at the very end of the 7th book, is impressive. It's like, did you storyboard the whole story? Like, did you have the whole idea down where you were smart enough to put this in? Or did you put it in and go, I'll finish that later?
There's probably a bit of both.
Ah,
Especially once she got past the first one and actually was making money. Did you know that thing was rejected like 35 times before
well,
a
the first
publisher
one
actually?
kind of does just read like
Well, it is a kid's book. It's a kid's book.
the first one reads very much like a kid's book. Like everything's just going right for Harry. He lives this sad life. Oh no, it's so miserable. And then you're aware you're a wizard, so you're special. And then you're rich. And then you're going to have these great friends. And then you're special at the school and you get the house that you want. And you're good at Quidditch. And then it ends. It's like everything just goes right for him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it kind of, the first one is slightly boring, except it's written so well. Like if you actually read it, like the words she puts together, she's a wordsmith. She actually was very good at writing.
She is. And the Stephen Fry, the guy who reads it, the one, oh, so good.
So good.
I love him as an actor.
God, I listen to him and I'm like, how does he switch between Voldemort and Harry so seamlessly? Like it really does sound like two people are talking to each other. And Voldemort is a very difficult character. Like it requires a lot of commitment, you know?
Oh, yeah. You know, there's something in, like 8 different people played Voldemort in the movies.
Really?
Yeah.
I can believe it. He was a difficult character probably.
Yeah, and different voices and everything else.
Yeah.
You know, she's the first person to ever make $1 billion from writing.
Yeah, I was reading some statistics on Harry Potter because now that I've read it, I don't mind like clicking on anything that has to do with it. So I was clicked on something and they were talking about how it's been like translated into like 200 different languages and you know I can't remember what the population percentage was, but it was like the same amount of people that like had read like the Bible like the generation before. And it's like we're like considered like the Harry Potter generation. Like it's one of the few things that like, you know, united the first that amount of people ever
Oh, yeah.
was like Harry Potter. It's like, wow, I didn't realize it was such a big deal.
It's one of the biggest fandoms out there. Just period. It's funny is because she's producing a Harry Potter stage play that's supposed to be new material, and it's going to be in London. And my wife's already like, oh, I guess we're going to London. It's like, sorry, babe, we can't afford that. Maybe when it comes to Broadway, we'll go there.
What's a ticket to London, you think?
$1,000
So each?
each.
So you and her $2,000 plus the comments, you know, it's $5,000 to go see a play. Ooh-wee.
Let's see. To London. Let's make sure I'm going to look for like the cheapest possible flight here. Let's see what we can get from the great city of Pittsburgh.
Dun 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 dun.
Let's see. So far, oh, there we go, 1,100. Is it going to come down anymore?
That's incredible.
1136.
Dude, I heard that you could spend $20,000 to fly to Australia.
Oh yeah, it's really.
Do you want to buy one of those badass first class like pod tickets?
Mm-hmm.
What? 26 grand?
Some of these, and it also depends on when you're doing it. Like if it's last second or whatever.
Man.
Because if I wanted to go to London tomorrow, let's see. What would it cost me to go to London?
No, if you wanted to go tomorrow on first class, like the nicest tickets you could find. I wonder how much that would cost. What do you guess? Let's see, the London tomorrow, 14 grand. Just guessing by Australia.
Oh yeah, it would not be cheap.
Have you seen what you get though?
Oh, some of them are crazy.
Some of them are awesome. You get your own room with like a bed and like a bathroom and like your own private stewardess.
And some of them are like have their own like oh, what am I thinking? Like entertainment centers and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That'd be awesome.
One day. One day.
Hopefully, that would be kind of cool.
I just want to fly first class, period. Even domestic, I would do it.
I've flown first class internationally once.
Nice. That must have been
It's only
nice.
to Honduras, though.
Let's
Which is like
see.
a 4-hour flight, so not that big a deal.
Is this first class?
And I was really out of place because they kept handing me things I didn't know what to do with. I had to look around like, what do you do with this hot towel? Like, what is it used for?
Non-stop tomorrow from New York to London is 5K.
Oh, just a pro tip for anybody who wants to know what those hot towels are for. They're to wash your hands.
In your face.
Well, not so much. You won't see many people in first class like actually washing their face with them, but you'll see
Well,
them
you just
all
like
wipe their
tap
so,
it, you know.
Yeah.
Get some of that travel funk off of you.
Mm-hmm. But those are just to clean yourself with.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I had to look around, kind of like, what do we? Okay, so everybody's.
What am I doing?
My friend's over here, and he's got it like laid over his face, you know, like he's like at a spa. And I'm like, and I'm looking at everybody else, and I'm like, I don't think that's how you use it. I think this is more of like a cleaning device than less than a like we're getting a massage here. But neither one of us knew what the fuck was going on, so I didn't know. He didn't know either.
One thing I would really like to do is get like a really nice sleeper cabin on a train and go like cross country or something.
That would be a
spend
blast.
2 months doing it, like riding the rails and stuff. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, like not West Virginia, but like where's Myrtle Beach?
For South Carolina? South Carolina.
Oh, right. So go from like South Carolina all the way to like California.
Oh yeah, something like that.
That'd be awesome. Especially if you took the one where you go through like some pass in the Rockies.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Get to go through the tunnels.
About 3
Especially-
days in, you'd be like, "Fuck this, we're going."
No, like
Screw
if I had internet, like badass internet, and they had cool cars that I could go hang out in, like a cigar lounge and like a bar and like a nice diner. It'd be fun, dude. Especially if you had some friends and the Wi-Fi was good enough, you know. Play some video games while you travel down and look at the views. Kind of cool.
It would be cool. Yeah, there's actually a top 10 North American train trips.
How much do you think that is? Like, how much is a first class train ride?
Not cheap.
Okay, not cheap. You don't think it's cheap? I thought it would be cheap. I was
Well,
guessing like $500.
well, no. Yeah, it's probably like that 500 to 700 for.
Just terrible.
It's not terrible.
Way cheaper than cross country like airplane flight.
Let's see. Westward Ho, the California Zephyr, route from Chicago to Emeryville, California. 51
fun.
hours.
That's not bad, really.
It's not terrible. Let's see. Let's see if we can get this booked. California Zephyr. Yeah, it takes you through. Looks like Denver and Utah. Yeah, looks like its main stops are Lincoln, Denver, Salt Lake. I'm guessing that's Reno, and then 2 stops in California.
How much? What's the cost?
I'm trying to figure it out.
First price? I mean, like first class?
From to this is Los Angeles. Yeah, Union Station at LA.
What do you guess? 700?
Yeah, I'll go for 700. Why not?
All right, I'll go for 5.
Fine
over-
train.
It's over 1,000. We both lose. Fuck it.
Let's see. For a superliner roomette.
What's up? Sounds cool.
Let's see. What do we get with the roomette? Meals included.
Nice.
It's $1,000.
Golly.
Let's see. 40. This one would be 43 hours, But your meals are included, a picture window, 2 reclining seats which convert to bed.
Okay.
No
I guess it's a
in-cabin
private car.
toilet. Yeah, it's not too bad.
But not terribly luxurious. It's not like we're
No,
on like the
I'm sure,
Titanic
like,
of trains.
yeah, I don't know if they have those anymore.
It'd be fun, wouldn't it?
God, I would do it. Like, if
Just
I
be a
could.
novelty, though. A lot of people wouldn't, probably.
Yeah, probably not. Screw
I
it. Let's
wonder
just
if
go get an RV and travel across
Yeah,
the country.
right. Mm-hmm. That'd be easier.
We'll just follow the con circuit, just like hit all the different Comic Cons.
Wouldn't that be a blast? If we ever had if the podcast ever took off to the point where we were being supported, we just could do podcasts each week from a different con.
I'd love to do it.
That'd be a blast.
Just drive. You get done with one, you drive to the next one.
My brother is going to Burning Man.
Yeah, you said that. That's
It's
awesome.
insane. I'm blown away. And a little jealous or a lot jealous.
Depends on how you look at it. But
When
there's
you
some
ask me, like today, I'm like, fuck him. So pretty jealous. When I'm in a better mood, not so bad. Not so bad. I can handle it better. I think anger shuts down the frontal campus. Or the whatever it's called. Hippocampus.
Whitney Houston's daughter has died at 22.
Whitney, what? Really?
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
Uh,
Are you on Twitter?
now it's on Drudge.
Oh, the Drudge Report.
Yeah. Huh.
You are a right-wing.
It's a good aggregator. That's one of them I use. I use Jittery. I use the Journal. I use Twitter. I use Tumblr.
What's the other one? The Drudge Report and I can't remember now.
And if you want a good business aggregator, jittery.com.
Really?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Jittery?
Yeah, JITTERY.com.
Just like you think it would be, yeah.
Yeah, and you like people can vote on the stories, so the really interesting ones go towards the top, but it's all real business related.
Reddit like.
Kind of like Reddit, less commenting.
I like the comments. I feel like a lot gets accomplished in the comments. Sometimes.
Interesting. Yeah,
But the
because you get
voting-
stuff like, record Eurozone borrowing, stuff about Chrysler, and you get like other tech stuff. Also,
You're not gonna give the good folks why she died? What happened?
I think she OD'd because she's
Oh.
been in the hospital for like a month now, and they took her off her
Okay.
med. Like, they just let her go.
Bummer.
Yeah.
That's a tragedy. Stay off the drugs, kids. And if you're gonna do drugs, be smart about it. What the hell?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody can have a good time and all, right? Do your thing, but don't die. That's doing your thing a little too hard.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely going a little too hard there.
Yeah, like what's up, man?
Unless
Gosh,
that's,
damn.
maybe that's what she was aiming for.
Hey, to each his own, I guess.
Well, we're getting about that time anyway. I feel like we're slowing down. So, I want to say goodbye to the good peoples.
No, fuck them. Wait, yeah. All right.
We
bye,
love
y'all.
you guys. Have a good night. Thank you for joining us on the 42 podcast.
Bye. They would lose everybody if they made weed part of it.
But yeah, after like one of the guys, they won some big tournament. We're like, yeah, we without Adderall, we couldn't do it. So, it's, I would assume that a lot of those players are on something like that to give them the focus.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably Adderall. It seems to be
Probably Adderall.
probably the going thing right now. And they suck down fucking Red Bulls like it's Darjeeling or something, They're just, gosh damn, dude, they suck down Red Bulls.
Speaking of esports leagues, the Dota 2...
This weekend is blowing up on esports.
Yes,
Anyway,
but it's the international is starting this week, like the first qualifying rounds.
today or something.
Today, yeah. And
Well,
the
as of this
and the-
recording.
and the Yes, as of this recording. And I was looking over the payouts, and the top 6 teams will take home over $1 million.
Oh, what's up?
First place is like 7.2.
What?
Yeah.
What? I'm gonna start playing Dota with you.
Anytime you want to, man.
We're gonna.
Let's see if I can't find the actual
All right.
payouts.
You know what else is going on this weekend for esports?
What's that?
The CS:GO, the ESL league, the one that takes you to the major leagues at the end. They're doing one of their qualifying international tournaments. Some of the biggest names in the game are, I think it's for America side, so not the most exciting because it goes, like Japanese, Europe, America, but whatever. Still some great CSGO that's being commentated by professional commentators, which I think is awesome. I think that's what's really moving esports ahead, is having professional commentators.
Right, they can get technical. It's like listening to like a guy breaking down. It was also a bad day to say, "Hey, let's mow the lawn."
Right.
Which
is probably what you did today, right?
Yeah. So like, I even got up early, right? Like 9:30. Started, getting after it early, and
like an adult.
30 minutes in, my entire shirt's just soaked. It's just completely soaked in sweat, and like face is sweating. And I've got bad allergies, so I use like a full-on respirator. So like, like Breaking Bad kind of shit. Like, so I must look really weird mowing the lawn because I got this giant, paint respirator really going on. But it keeps me from being sick, so I guess it's really all we can do.
I've heard they work extremely well.
They
that's I should turn that down.
They do. It's just it really cuts down your oxygen supply. So when you're out pushing a lawnmower, you're like like sucking in. It feels like you're in Colorado or something. There's no air anywhere. It's all warm because you're breathing through the respirator. Yeah, it takes a while to get used to.
I've never actually used one of those big ones like that, like a full. What do they call them? Hyperallergenic or
no? Just they're respirators or aspirators, something aerators.
That thing.
That thing.
I've never done anything more than like those stupid masks that don't do anything.
Yeah.
Whatever.
There's back when I was working out at the gym up the street from here. There's a guy who there's a company that makes these masks that can simulate high altitude training, and so they keep cutting down your oxygen flow, so you can have it at like 3,000 feet and all the way up to like 15,000 feet oxygen levels. Yeah, it's supposed to be the best way to work out if you can, not die.
I would die. That is not recommended. We do not recommend that as a show.
No.
Do not go asphyxiate yourself and work out. That seems kind of crazy, right?
It's really good for cardio, since if you could get your body used to working out with a lot less air, and then you don't have it, and then you take it off, and your body's it's a legal form of blood doping, is what it is. Because your body creates so many more red blood cells to carry the oxygen because it needs it, because it doesn't think it has enough oxygen. And that's what a lot of like bikers do. And whenever you hear about the Tour de France guys doping, almost all of it's blood doping of some kind.
Yeah, but that's where they're taking the blood out and doing stuff to it and putting it back in.
Right, or EPO creates red blood cells.
Which is ridiculous. Yeah, they have an issue that their blood gets thick if they don't use it. It coagulates in their veins, so they have to at 3 o'clock in the morning they'll get up and go ride their bikes and get their heart pumping and get everything loosened back up. Otherwise they'll have a heart attack and die.
Wow.
We should let them take drugs. If they're willing to go through that much to ride a bike, it's who am I to stop you? You care way more about riding that bike than I have anything in my entire life. I've never done anything where I was willing to die over it if I didn't get up at 3. I'm not getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning and riding my goddamn bike. Or whatever I was into, you know what I mean? If there was some drug that made you 5% better at video games, but you had to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and play or you would die of a stroke, I'm not taking it. I don't care that much about fucking video games.
Did you see I think it's a League of Legends league is going to start drug testing their athletes?
Adderall?
Yeah, for Adderall
Probably
and
Adderall,
other.
THC. Yeah.
No, no, weed's not part of it. It's just
Oh, good,
Adderall.
because they, and come up with some shit made it important.
It's 48. It's multiplied by 2. It's
If we
48.
double it and we take 4 away specifically, we get 42. Hey!
Yeah, it's just a flip, right? Something I don't know. Oh man. So how are things going down in the Texas areas for you?
Oh, man. If anybody doesn't believe in global warming, come hang out in Texas for a couple days. Gosh, damn it, is it hot? Like, I know it was this hot when I was a kid, but I'm just making it. It's hot. Like, I know they say it's only 97, like official temperatures,
I was like,
but you know, like
humidity,
you know the
man.
little temperature on your car or like underneath your porch. It's like 104, 105.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not real.
You just gotta-
And the wind is not moving at all. Like if you make dust, it just floats and settles. It doesn't go anywhere. It's just
So that was the thing that was really hard about moving to Pittsburgh is I got really, really used to the wind blowing all the time. And now it's stagnant. It kills me.
it's weird. Like the wind, it doesn't and the humidity, 112%, 115%. I don't know. I don't know. It's like you can't walk from Walmart to the front door, like from your car in the parking lot to the front door of Walmart where you've got air conditioning without sweat stains. Like you just start sweating. Like just sweat everywhere. Like your palm sweat. Whose palm sweat? What the fuck how hot does it have to be for your palms to sweat? If you hang out there long enough, your eyeballs start sweating. It's too fucking hot, man.
It is hot. It was legitimately warm here today. It wasn't hot, but it was, like 93, 95, which is the hottest day we've seen all year, but ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 26th episode of the 42 Podcast. And as always, we're coming to you live from the latest and greatest club at the restaurant at the end of the universe. And as is tradition, to my left is your great friend and mine, Mr. Ryan. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm salty today.
Why are you salty?
I can't help it. Just so everybody knows.
Oh,
I don't know.
Why are we salty today?
I have no idea. You know how some days you're like cloud nine, and some days you're like, you know what? Let's just burn it all down.
Let's just see what happens if we do mix these two chemicals. And oh yeah, I have those days. You're just like,
Yeah.
screw you, screw you, screw you. You're okay. I'm out of here.
Liked you, just so you know, ever. Yeah. That's me today.
We all have those days.
Yeah, well, today's those days.
Did you mess with your volume there, buddy?
Just now?
Oh, you just weren't talking in the mic. Okay, talking in the mic.
Wow, it makes a difference.
Yes.
I apologize.
After the accident last week where your volume got turned down somehow in the middle.
Who, mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it wasn't that good of a podcast anyway. Fuck 'em.
I didn't mind it. It was all right. So this is the 26th episode. Where what?
Is that important?
I don't know. It's 26.
Is there a number that is it 20? Does 26 matter somehow significantly? We should have come up with like a Mighty Python bit. We're like, well, you see, it's like half of the